The plane is one of the few move-in robberies in the game. You have a very small amount of time to catch it once it lands. It's one of the hardest hyperchromes to grind for, but it can also be one of the most exploited robberies. And today I'll be showing you how to get a hyperchrome from the plane robbery. There isn't much to the plane robbery itself. In fact, it's extremely boring. It arrives every 6 minutes at its destination. There is no ultimate way to speed up the robbery itself. You just drive there, get on the plane, steal the crate and turn it in. That's it, right? Well, no. It's much deeper than that. For example, you can clip into the plane when the hatch is closed. Just drive your vehicle into the door and jump out. Well, you may ask, how is this actually useful? Well, those 10 seconds are a lot more important than you actually think. This means you can rob more stores before you need to go to the plane. For example, I'm going to check my map and see the plane is landing. I'm about to waste a lot of time in the criminal base. What sane person would ever try to catch the plane? Well, I'm not sane, of course. I'm wasting about 10 seconds in the criminal base. I know that even if I'm this far out, I can still catch the plane in time. Even after turning all my robberies in. And I just barely make it. And this happens a lot more than you quite think. This is very useful. I robbed about 1,000 more stores earlier using this tip. And I just barely make it again. Another useful tip is that there is a way to avoid missing every plane robbery. I just told you about the best way to get on the plane from the ground, but how about coming from the sky? You see, there's a forgotten mechanic that a lot of people seem to forget about. There's a trapdoor on the ceiling of the plane that you can enter from. And if you are far away and can't reach the plane, you can actually get in a heli and fly to the plane while it's moving. Just make sure to do this before the plane flies too high. And you also need a keycard to get in, so make sure you have that before doing this. Speaking of keycards, you should always get one while robbing the plane. There is always a keycard hidden in a random crate every time. You can get on the plane easier and rob the bank. There's no downside for wasting time to get one. There's also a fast way to exit the plane. You actually don't need to pull the lever to get out. You can just spawn a vehicle at the very edge of the plane. The fastest way to get to the cargo port is going to be using this hill over here. We're going to go down, and then use the hill by the power plant to get over here the fastest. With enough speed, we can just jump over the hill pretty much. And look how fast we got here. Or you can use this crazy Celsius route. I just explained all the most effective ways to catch and leave the plane, but there's one more tip that I have that will accelerate the amount of planes you can catch, and that is calling it. The plane has a unique mechanic that cops can speed up the time the plane comes. Instead of it coming every 6 minutes, you can actually make it come every 4 minutes. This is the most sweaty way to grind the plane hyperchrome, and I only recommend this doing if you want to grind a level 5. The best way to do this is to get an alt on the cop team, and have it sit where the cargo plane lands, and every 2 to 3 minutes have it call the cargo plane, and watch the plane come faster than any other robbery. Anyways, I have a few tips you should know to fully master the robbery. If a cop is camping the cargo port, then you can just rob the power plant with your crate. You can also rob the power plant and go to the plane if you time it correctly. You do have to turn it in time though. Anyways, that's all the tips I have. This video is very short, but there just isn't much to the plane robbery itself. It's a very concealed robbery, and there isn't much glitches or fast ways to break it. But I hope this video helps, as I found these tips very useful for grinding level 5 plane hyperchrome. Anyways, let me know how useful you find these tips to be. Anyways, thanks for watching and subscribe.